guys, it's Sam the Stat Man coming at you with another video. Today I'm going to be ranking every player from the 1973 and 1974 Hall of Fame classes from worst to best. This is another video in my series where I rank players from different Hall of Fame classes from worst to best. The reason I'm doing these two Hall of Fame classes today is because two players were elected by the baseball writers each year, so I just decided to combine these two Hall of Fame classes, rank all these players on one list, and yeah, that's all I have to say. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number 4 is Whitey Ford. In his career, Whitey Ford went 236 and 106 with a 2.75 ERA and a 1.33 ERA plus. In 3,170 and one-third innings pitched, he struck out 1,956 batters. He had a 1.215 WHIP and 57.1 WAR. In his career, he won a Cy Young Award, was a 10-time All-Star, won 2 ERA titles, and won the World Series MVP. Now, Whitey Ford was a very good player, but the top 3 on this list are bona fide legends and bona fide top 30, top 20 players, in my opinion, in all of MLB history. Number 3 is Warren Spahn. In his career, Warren Spahn went 363 and 245 with a 3.09 ERA and a 1.19 ERA plus. In 5,243 and two-thirds innings pitched, a lot of innings pitched, he struck out 2,583 batters. He had a 1.195 WHIP and a 100.1 WAR. He won the Cy Young Award, was a 17-time All-Star, and won 3 ERA titles. Number 2 is Roberto Clemente. Now, I am counting Roberto Clemente on this list because although he was elected by a special election, it was still by the baseball writers. The baseball writers made that special election, so I think I can count him on this list based on my rule, sort of like a Lou Gehrig scenario. It was a special election he was elected on, however, that special election was made by the baseball writers. In his career, Roberto Clemente batted .317, .359, .475 with a 130 OPS plus. He had 3,000 hits, 240 homers, 205 total zone runs, which is just amazing. That's a defensive metric. I usually use defensive runs saved, but for him it just wasn't available. And 94.8 WAR. In his career, he won the MVP award, was a 15-time All-Star, won 12 Gold Gloves, the World Series MVP, and 4 batting titles. Now, there's a couple reasons why I'm putting Clemente above Spahn. One is that Roberto Clemente was, I think he was the first ever Puerto Rican Hall of Fame, MLB Hall of Famer. I think did I say Puerto Rican? Is he Puerto Rican? I don't exactly remember, but he was the first ever, I think it was Puerto Rican Hall of Famer. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. He did a lot of charity work. He was a very kind man. But that's not the huge reason. The huge reason is that, he could have had more WAR. He could have been a better player. As you probably know, he tragically passed away in a plane crash while delivering supplies to victims of a hurricane. I think it was, maybe it was a tornado, but victims of some natural disaster. He died in the plane crash right after getting his 3,000th hit, which is why he had exactly 3,000 hits. But he was actually pretty good in his last season. It wasn't his best season, definitely not, but it was actually a very good season. He had somewhere around 5 WAR, I think, which isn't his best. In his best years, he was having 8, maybe even 9 WAR. But he was pretty good, actually. That's somewhere around where an All-Star could be, and he never actually officially announced his retirement, I don't think. He would still have been playing after 1972. He'd be playing in 73, maybe 74. And let's say he has 3 WAR each year, and then he's getting to Spahn's WAR, which basically puts him equal with Spahn. And then, I mentioned, how he was the first ever, I think, Puerto Rican Hall of Famer, and the fact that he was just such a kind man, I think you have to say that Roberto Clemente is number 2. However, not number 1, because number 1 is Mickey Mantle. In his career, Mickey Mantle batted .298, .421, .557 with a 172 OPS plus. He had 2,415 hits, 536 homers, and 110.2 WAR in his career. He won 3 MVP awards, a Triple Crown, was a 20-time All-Star, won a Gold Glove, and won a batting title. Now, like I said, Roberto Clemente was an amazing player who could have had like somewhere around 100 WAR, was an incredibly kind man and a trailblazer. But I still do think Mantle was a bit better. I mean, Mantle was just that amazing in his career. He was an on-base machine. He walked a ton. His 172 OPS plus is just literally like one of the best ever. It's amazing. And even though Clemente would have had good seasons in those years that he would have been playing if he hadn't died, I still do think that Mantle would have had better stats overall, which is why I'm putting Mickey Mantle at number 1. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe.